Welcome to the deep dive. We cut through the noise to get you the core insights you need. And today we're looking into something, well, really quite compelling and maybe delicious too. Okay, let's unpack this. What if something you actually enjoy eating could be directly benefiting your eyesight? In some pretty specific ways. We've been digging into some interesting material for you, specifically an excerpt from an article. It's called Why Salmon is Good for the Eyes. And our mission today really is to uncover the science, the surprising reasons behind why salmon has this reputation for eye health. We want to zero in on the key compounds and how exactly they're thought to work. You often hear, eat fish, it's healthy, right? Good for the heart and all that. But this source, it really zooms in on the eyes. Specifically, it points right at a major player, omega-3 fatty acids. Now, when we talk omega-3s here, we're mostly talking about those long-chain types you find in fatty fish, like salmon, DHA and EPA specifically. The article says these are believed to significantly benefit eye health. What's really interesting is the link it makes to some pretty serious conditions.
hmm And it's not just a vague, it's good for you thing. The source gets specific. It highlights where these omega-3s, especially DHA from fish oil and salmon, seem to have a real impact. It explicitly mentions potentially reducing the risk of dry eye disease, which, if you've had it, it's incredibly uncomfortable, irritation, blurry vision. But it goes beyond just comfort levels.
It really does, and this is where, for me, it got super interesting. The article also talks about age-related macular degeneration, AMD. That's a leading cause of, well, serious vision loss in older adults. And this one surprised me, it mentions glaucoma. I mean, I wouldn't have immediately connected eating salmon with something like glaucoma before reading this.
Right, that's the deep dive aspect. Okay, so for dry eye, the article suggests omega-3s work by reducing inflammation on the eye's surface, which helps improve the tear film, makes it more stable. And that makes sense, given the anti-inflammatory properties of these fats.
Okay, that tracks.
Then for AMD, it points to their role in retinal cell health. DHA in particular is actually a major structural part of the retina itself, the light-sensing bit at the back of your eye. So you're basically providing the building blocks it needs.
So literally feeding your retinas what they're made of.
In a way, yes. And for glaucoma, well, it's maybe less fully understood, but the source mentions some research suggesting a potential neuroprotective effect, protecting the optic nerve. That's a really fascinating area, still being studied, but the article is quite clear. It's believed to help reduce the risk.
Huh. So my Friday fish habit might be doing more good than I thought, assuming it's the right kind of fish, like salmon. But is it just the omega-3s? Does the article mention anything else in salmon contributing, maybe more generally?
Well, the omega-3s are definitely the headline act
Yeah.
here for these specific conditions, yeah. But it's worth remembering salmon has other good stuff too, like astaxanthin, the antioxidant that gives it that pink color. That's thought to protect eye cells from oxidative damage, sort of like a bodyguard for the cells.
Oh.
And there's vitamin D in there too, which plays a role in general eye health. Though, yes, the piece we focused on really hammers home the omega-3 link for reducing risk in dry eye, AMD, and glaucoma. Stepping back a bit, it really highlights a bigger idea, doesn't it? How these sort of simple dietary choices can potentially have these really profound long-term effects on specific parts of our body, like our vision.
Right. So pulling it together, our deep dive into why salmon is good for the eyes really underscores the significant role these omega-3 fatty acids seem to play, especially from fish oil, like in salmon. It's all about potentially safeguarding our vision, possibly lowering the risk for things like dry eye, that serious AMD, and maybe even glaucoma, by providing those building blocks and fighting inflammation.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, it does raise an important question, I think. How many other simple, everyday choices, like what we eat, could be profoundly impacting our long-term health in ways we just don't often consider? It sort of encourages you to look past the obvious benefits and explore those deeper connections, right?
Right.
Especially when a source presents compelling points like this one does.
Absolutely. It really makes you think about the power you have with informed food choices. Understanding the specific impact right down to the compounds involved, that's empowering. It's a potent reminder, really, of the ripple effect these seemingly simple things in your diet can have on your well-being long term. Makes you consider that connection between what's on your plate and, well, how clearly you see the world.